Hello everybody, you're very welcome to today's interview. We're doing the full interview today from the office in Portlaoise, and I'm delighted to be joined by Niall O'Connell. He is the founder of Corporate HR Ireland. So I'm going to step aside and let Niall into the picture just to ensure that we maintain our distance within COVID guidelines. You're very welcome, Niall.
Thank you very much. Morning. Good afternoon. How are you?
Great. So, Niall, would you like to give us a bit of background to Corporate HR Ireland?
Yep, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to the Chamber. Corporate HR Ireland was, I suppose, the origins of it were formed in 2008 when basically I left full-time role as Global Head of HR for the Queely Group. And I set up a HR outsourcing company, I suppose, at the side of my house, like any small business that establishes. And I suppose we've kind of navigated our way in the last 13 years to about 150 clients across 24 counties, and predominantly with bases in Cork and in Dublin, and a team of 12 and growing at present.
Great. So do you supply the full suite of services that a HR company would?
Yeah, so typically our value proposition, our brand promise to our customers or prospect customers is that, you know, you go run your business, we go mind your people. So that we're kind of a full outsourced HR partner approach. Everything from, I suppose, day-to-day support to putting in some of the tools around performance management to more, I suppose, planning the next 3 to 5 years and aligning growing SME HR plans to their business plans. And I suppose bringing that level of strategic input as well across a diverse client range.
And I suppose to comply with employment law and regulations, that's a whole job in itself.
Yeah, that's step one. So like if you think of the HR pyramid, like the Maslow pyramid of hierarchy of needs, like your base has to be right. So your contracts of employment, your handbooks, and I suppose if you also compare the WRC, which is like your district court, you know, your labour court is like your circuit court, and your high court is like your tribunal. You know, it's only when SME owners get into that arena they realise that they are in a legal arena. And even the changes that were announced 2 weeks ago, like all those forums now are going to be under oath. Yeah. So they are becoming very formal arenas. They were always very formal arenas, but you are in the IR machinery of the state. So if you correlate it to the civil and the criminal side of the house with the district circuit and the high court, that's how we try to de-risk it for our clients and to keep them away from those arenas.
Perfect. And are there any particular sectors that you specialise in, or are you across the board?
Yeah, we're actually across 21 sectors at the moment.
Oh, right.
But what happens is we get a client in recycling, then they bring another linked client. And so we've kind of grown out a lot of businesses. I suppose we're in the not-for-profit, we're involved in FMCG, we're involved in food manufacturing, we're involved in construction, we're involved in nursing homes. Yeah, so right, a diverse range of clients. And what that allows us to do as well is leverage off all those experiences for other clients or new clients. Absolutely. Because we're crossing so much. Like if you add up the employees we're advising, it's about 21,000. And if you add up the number of the turnover of all our clients, it's about 800 million.
Okay, so in terms of the last 12 to 14 months, I'm sure challenging COVID threw up as many challenges for you as it did in any other business.
Yeah, so I suppose for HR, we're navigating in the fog because with the owner manager that we advise, you know, there is no remote working policy yet. There is no hybrid working policy yet. Yes, we have politicians coming out promising that we can work from home, but they should try and run a business, because really where I think it's going to end up from our client base is that we're anticipating 2/3 of the workforce in any SME company will want to go back to work. There's a third where it actually suits them to work from home and it suits the SME. But I would say in general, we're seeing an appetite for people to get back into the workplace. And to be honest, I think the owner manager needs that as well, because we're all not geared, including myself, for managing a team remotely. It's a whole new world to us.
It is, and I suppose time will tell how it's going to evolve.
Yeah, and also I think, you know, what will tell as well is that, like, at the moment, when you work from home, you got to make sure you've all your health and safety covered. Yeah. And you got to make sure that you've all your basics evolved. And, you know, we did a survey of the clients, our client base last December, and the 3 key findings we got in a pandemic was, 1, you need to over communicate to your staff when they work remotely. Like, communication outside of thank you are the freest tools in the HR box with staff. I suppose the second thing we found was make employee assistance programs and employee benefit supports available in a dignified way. Because when people are working in isolation, they're working at their kitchen table, that can be very challenging, you know, running a family home, running the business, working in the business. So that's a whole new world for people as well. And then I think the third thing is that review that every quarter. Review your policies, review what you're doing, because ultimately that'll give you leverage as well. And there's no panacea here, one shape fits all. That doesn't exist here. Yeah. It's very much down to the dynamic of your business, what you can tolerate, and then ultimately how you build out a model around that.
So they're bespoke solutions.
Absolutely.
Really. Yeah. So I believe you're planning on, and delighted to hear you're setting up an office in Laois in the coming months.
Yeah, so we're planning to make our Irish headquarters in Port Laois. I think for us it was a natural fit because it's the gateway to Ireland. Yeah. And also I think we're between our Dublin office and our Cork office, you know, I suppose we need to be on that corridor, and also we need that accessibility. And, you know, I suppose Port Laois is really, I believe, playing centre field in the Irish landscape at the moment, because the accessibility, the road network, and also, I suppose, you know, initiatives like yourselves in the Chamber, they're great initiatives with regard to, I suppose, promoting how different businesses can work together.
Great, and it's great to hear that, and I know the members will be delighted to hear that again. The message that we've been trying to get out is that Laois is the centre of Ireland to do business. So you're a total example of a company that has seen that opportunity.
Yeah, gateway to Ireland, I would say, is what where we see it, and also what we're finding, the talent pool for us in this area is very strong. Okay, so you've a lot of people who don't want to go out to Dublin every day in the HR world. If they can get an employer locally, if they can work with a business that fits into their values and their culture and their work-life balances, you know, that we're kind of tapping into that as well.
Great. So in terms of if members would like to contact you, your details are on the
so it's www.corporatehrireland.ie or .com, or basically you can contact us. My own email is niall@corporatehrireland.com or sales@corporatehrireland.com.
Great. So we're delighted today. You're a recently joined member, so I know you haven't had the opportunity to meet people face to face. So hopefully in the coming months, people will get to meet you at network meetings and business breakfasts and so on. Thanks very much for joining us today.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.